and welcome to the Salty Boys Podcast.
This guy over here standing on his knees.
Stand on my knees better than you standing on your little limp dick now. Boy, focus on me, okay?
He looks down, and his dick is indeed limp. He's trying to stand on it like tripod style, but he like falls over.
And that's what I thought.
DM tonight. Do you want a DM tonight?
Yes.
Say, here's my fucking...
I'll be Sir Funkalot.
The Salty Boys Podcast. And welcome to the Salty Boys Podcast.
PogChamp. I mean podcast.
And cut.
I will now
All right,
attempt.
that's tonight's episode.
See you guys later.
Nice. See you in like 5 months. I'm kidding. We're not going to be gone that long. All 7 of you that are listening.
It's only going to be 4 months and 3 days.
I know, we lost at least half our viewers. The other 7 people.
It's fine.
The people that actually listen and not just us.
Yeah, our parents, because they died.
Oh.
Now that we've lost our viewer base, we don't have to pander. Now we can play the real shit.
Yeah.
Finish up this Funkalot shit.
That.
We also got a sink,
To pee in.
so we've been having fun with the sink.
I haven't touched the sink yet.
I looked at it.
Oh, I'm going to
I'll-
use it later.
I was about to say, it's...
Now you start eating.
Yeah. You got to eat on mic, bro. I had work to do. Now it's time to eat.
I had eat to do. Now it's time to work.
Do all the eats.
Oh, that was a pain laugh. Did not appreciate.
Now, you need to do more of that laughing without smiling bit. Just constantly. Practice it enough, and then you can actually stare
Oh,
at
it's
people
my-
when you're
And you'll
doing
be a
it.
serial killer.
It's my... I have to really... It takes so much mental energy to do it.
It depends on who I'm with, and then I can do it really well or really bad.
But if you practice it enough, it'll be second nature.
But it's
And
more
then it'll
fun.
just come naturally.
You mean like edging?
It's so much more fun, though, when I, like, crack up
Don't have to practice that.
intermittently.
Well, that's practicing in the Salty Boys lore.
Sar's wearing a snack-ass sweater here.
J.C. Penney, it was on sale. We
There's a
we
sale
saw-
at Penny's.
we
JC
stopped
Penney, the company was on sale.
the Cornpany. We stopped.
Cornpany.
We stopped at the mall yesterday. Ran some errands. Stopped at a BJ's restaurant.
I saw that.
It was,
I saw you were at BJ's restaurant.
It was very tasty. Yeah,
Well, it's tasty for her.
Did you get the COVID?
it was actually. I didn't enjoy my sandwich as much, but it was pretty fucking.
Yeah,
Very
I think
nice.
the problem with BJ's is like the problem is also its like greatest thing it has going for it is just the menu's huge, but because it's so big, it's like
Oh, it's like
There's
the
the-
Mountaineer Diner.
yeah. It's just, I haven't been out in your dining.
It's fucking.
Also,
tasty.
guess what? Our viewers are starting to be able to narrow down where it is we're casting from.
Well, that's not been a problem
Colorado.
for a long time.
We're in Michigan. They're still counting.
We're part of the militia. Wait, better not say that on air. We might be flagged for terrorist.
Well, we're not. Good thing we're not on air.
Yeah, or a terrorist.
We're on copper. Because
Or a militia. I'm connected to BanksNet,
Oh, shit. We are on air.
the Wi-Fi of the future.
We're on.
Wi-Fi of the future. It's still funny. That was like an hour ago. Oh my
And now
God.
you're sweaty.
Bro, I was sweaty before we started.
Now you're.
It's because you were here early.
I was. I feel like I owed you some hangout time since I've been late the other few times. Oopsie. Got to go party.
Oopsie.
I'll give you $30 if you can tell me where that quote's from. And you better say The Adventures of Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius, because that's what it was from.
I don't remember.
It was a
that.
big fucking doll that just Jimmy had made it massive, and the army was going to attack it, and the doll was just like, got to go party! And then it just pissed all over the place and went, oopsie! And it was like an EMP of piss.
It's like we always got to do an obscure Nickelodeon quote anytime I'm running.
Yeah, what about Mr. Meaty? You guys remember Mr. Meaty?
No,
Mr.
I had the Chalk
Meaty?
Zone quote last time.
Mr. Miyagi?
Oh no, Mr. Meaty was fucking weird. I don't think that lasted for more than like 2 episodes.
Yeah, I'm not up to speed on Jimmy Neutron.
You're not missing much.
It was. I mean, the movie was pretty good.
Shut the fuck up.
I think
It was amazing.
It had some. There were some moments I'll say that Jimmy Neutron had, but like on the whole, it's just like if you count up all the moments and put them in one episode, there's
You
probably
have a Legend of Korra season.
See, you guys
Yeah.
and your like cartoons and shit, because you're so much younger. You never watched what I did.
I'm sorry, I never read the newspaper.
No, we'll
Jesus.
find some reel to reel of some Mutt and Jeff for you guys to watch.
Hey, you know, back in the day, I don't know about wars. I fought in World War II. You ever fought in World War II? No, you weren't born then. You got no frame of reference there. You're a little pussy bitch.
it's my impression of every older generation.
I was gonna say, why do you got to fuck with me like that? I wasn't around for World War II.
Bro,
It was
I'm
World
closer-
War One.
I'm closer to
it's World War One.
It's funny because I'm closer to your generation.
I know, right? Damn kids.
For context, Sawyer and I just graduated middle school last week.
I got my degree.
And not pissing your pants.
Only twice.
Or shitting them while sitting on the couch or sitting on a
or-
chair in your living room.
Or in
Set-
Target.
Wow, dude.
Oh, that was me. Yo, real story. I'll tell that because it was funny. It was just a normal ass day. Left the studio here, go to Target.
With
Was
me.
walking around. No, I was by myself.
I wish you were with me.
It would have been funnier. I probably would have gotten in a car accident on the way in if I was with you. And it's just one of those things, you know, like one of my other friends has this, you know, he has a saying, he's like, I don't trust anyone that hasn't almost shit themselves. And it's like, yeah, okay, whatever. As an adult. And I'm just like, yeah, whatever, bro. And I'm just walking around Target and I get this grumbly in my tumbly and I'm like, fuck. I literally pushed my cart into the next aisle and I ran across the store. I almost didn't make it. It was really bad, guys. Like, I was about 3/4 of an inch from shitting my pants.
It's like this time I almost peed myself. I was in line, and I was waiting to meet somebody and shake their hand, and it just took forever. By the time I got up there, I shook Mr. Nixon's hand and said, I gotta pee.
Do you have too much Dr. Pepper?
Yes, way too many of those.
Fuck.
All right, now on to the fun stuff.
Fucking popcorn chicken and mumbo sauce coming out over the mic.
Sir Spunks a lot.
Smell it.
It's really bad. I'm sorry, it's bad. Oh, Bud Light Seltzer just released their holiday pack. They have apple crisp, cranberry, shit stain, and
One of them was a pineapple that I saw today. But I didn't want the cranberry. I wasn't going to buy a full 12-pack to have 3 cranberries.
fair enough. I would have thrown the cranberry away and just had the apple crisp.
Yeah, truly, it's a travesty.
It is.
This is not it's a cranberry.
I didn't mean to cut you off, Bubs.
And it's not bourbon.
Mine not even cut.
We are cut.
I'm going to cut this whole podcast.
Yeah, okay.
With logic.
Yeah.
You gonna do work?
No. Bro, I do so little work. I mean, it just takes a lot of time. But, like, I don't edit anything on this thing. I mean, I think I've done 6 edits in the entire time that we've been recording.
Told you just got to auto-tune the entire thing one night.
Oh, by the way, for our listeners that are probably not listening anymore because we don't even start on Rails anymore, who needs to do that? This is officially, yesterday was the 1-year anniversary of us actually recording this crazy thing we call a podcast. So, congratulations to us. 1 whole year of, and we haven't killed each other yet.
We should have a little celebration tonight. Someone got a cupcake and a candle. We could have sang happy birthday to us.
Not gonna light the candle. Just gonna
You're going to have a candle.
eat the candle, light the
Yes.
cupcake.
All right.
Yes. We usually start with intros, right? I'm gonna start with x equals 5 minus 1.
You fucking derivative piece of shit.
It was a math joke and a direct insult. Start with the person. Start with my partner's corner. It's a square dancing joke. Y'all know who my partner's corner is?
I've watched Sophie's Choice.
It's one of the
twice.
4 of us?
You right.
Ah, bingo. Who's smart? Me.
All right. So Simmons was just on, so we're going to retroactively introduce Simmons because he's not one of the four of us.
It's Bubs. Bubs is my partner's corner right now.
Yeah, I know.
You didn't know. Get out of here.
I did.
You didn't take square dancing.
I did in 4th grade.
Just because you are a square doesn't mean you took square dancing.
I got to recover from that one.
It wasn't that great.
Well, I don't play a bitch. It's your boy playing Yardley Quiffin.
I do play a bitch.
Back in the flesh.
I mean, you know what they say? They just you go with what you know. I'm going to start with his partner's corner. That's me. I'm the DM for the night. I'm going to try my best. To my right.
DM stands for Duh McHoss. Because he plays the Orc Boys in 40K.
I haven't played. I miss 40K.
It's so much fun.
Well, anyways, to his right, you got AR. He's playing Gunkbog. Or is Gunkbog playing me? It's a real question.
It's deep.
And I am Kronk, and I don't have COVID.
That's
But I am playing Mock.
Thanks for the...
wasn't ready for that one, honestly. Damn, Kronk's on a roll tonight. Kronk's been on a roll. I wish y'all were on the air when he was like started. It's been a good night so far.
I mean, that's what happens when you're gone for 3 weeks. You build everything up, and instead of having one funny thing to say, I mean, Banksnet becomes the Wi-Fi of the future, and all of a sudden, you got that over there on the other side of the table.
Bro, he's going ham tonight. Do you want a DM tonight?
Yes.
Say, here's my fucking...
I'll be Sir Fukalot.
Oh.
Well, that was the original name of the tune, but...
Okay.
Explains a lot. All right. So, AR, you want to recap?
In character? Why the fuck not?
No one asked that.
Well,
Do it.
You recap however the spirit compels you
Oh,
to.
Gunkbog say, we do things.
The crossover nobody asked for.
Run by the DM nobody asked for.
Excuse me, let me clear my throat here for a second. Get into my Zen space to properly play Gunkbog.
Gunkbog, go gift shop. And go pretty teddy bear. Go smash holes in the ground.
That's it. That's all Gunkbog remembers.
All right, Chucklefucks, roll initiative.
16.
Oh, it's not a 1, it's a 17.
That is a 14.
Wait, 20.
What the fuck?
20
Why are
for
we
me.
rolling so well?
Because
Because you rolled like shit when you first got here.
Because I rolled
You
the
burned
wrong
all the
dice.
shitty rolls.
this is the game that doesn't matter.
Yep.
All right. The gates to Funkalot are rumbling, clanging across the anals. Some might say annals. I say anals because we're degenerates here. The walls of Funkalot are echoing with the sound of these ivory hands smashing against plated steel gates. Skelebones have descended upon the northern gate. AR, the mercenaries that you have enlisted to dig holes have actually patched up a couple of strategic spots where they found tunnels being dug in. You see that they've been reinforced with some sort of carbon fiber material. You see them kind of shaking around, indicating that Skelebones might be trying to come up from underneath of there, but they aren't able to breach through. You've bought yourself some time. Mock, you rolled the highest. What do you do?
What did I tell Mock's monkeys to do again?
The chimps are preparing to engage in guerrilla warfare.
Yes.
They ate a bunch of-
constant flatulence.
Speaking of that, do you want to go ahead and roll a flat D20 for me?
I don't have a flat D20.
And you can,
Boom.
I have a flat ass.
10?
yeah, I mean, they're.
Don't tell me they're monkeying around.
I mean, they're. You know, it's like when you play hide and seek with like your 3-year-old niece. It's like they're on the sofa. It's like you can see them. Like they've got on the red shirt and the blanket's red, so they're like, "Ha ha, blending in," and you like pretend that you don't see them, but you're like, damn it, my niece is a real idiot. That's kind of what the chimps are doing right now. Like they're trying to blend in with the walls, but they're made of stone and they're fucking chimps. They're armed to the teeth, though. However, so whatever's coming in there is not going to have a good day. You fear that the element of surprise might be lost on them, though.
Can I give him a motivational speech?
I mean, you've got skeletons breaking down the gate, but sure, do what you got in this D&D, bro.
All right, I'm gonna go. Let's go up to the top of the walls and start throwing things at the skeletons with the chimps, and not just shit.
Okay, which wall? So just so the northern gate, the closest buildings to the northern gate are the church, which is the pizzeria. You've also got BBD's Worldly Mercs. You actually went to the pizzeria.
We're going to protect the pizzeria.
You did not have time to go to the BBD's Worldly Mercs shop. But those are the two buildings that are closest to the northern gate.
Oh, what's the merc shop?
You could say it's full of a bunch of babies.
I mean, if you have time after the fact, you could probably go. You didn't really have time to, like, make it there. But there's a big globe that's kind of sitting on top of it, and it's kind of going around. It's a world. It's going around.
Well, it might have weapons. We can always fall back to there. So
Around the world. There was a second one, but they never finished it.
around the world.
There was never a second
Around
one.
the world.
Anyway, so what you doing? Are you scaling one of these buildings?
Well, yeah, we'll go to the top of that wall there, and like I said, we'll start launching whatever we can from the top of the walls at the skeleton.
Okay, so you're going to climb the wall.
I guess.
All
Is
right.
it like a wall that has a...
So the
Area
walls
up
are
top.
like 20 feet high.
And there's no steps to get to the top?
I mean, you could like run all the way to the other side of town, but by the time you get there, skelebonies are probably in. If you're going to scale the wall, I mean, like Legolas style, go for it.
What idiot built these walls that don't have ladders going to the top?
Bro, have you met Sir Funkalot?
The chimps
I
did.
know, that idiot. Okay. Let's scale the wall. If Mock dies in this campaign, I'm re-rolling a new character.
Shit.
It's going hard. All right, athletics check.
17.
All right. So the bricks haven't been placed in like nice and evenly. This was obviously Funkalot, money doesn't grow on trees. They had to cut corners somewhere. So you're able to find your footing in a couple of mismatched, out of place bricks. As you are climbing up, though, one of the bricks kind of crumbles beneath your feet. Can you make a dexterity save to see how well if you are able to save yourself from the crumbles?
10.
10? Yeah. So you are able to grab hold of one of the top layer of the wall really fast as the brick kind of crumbles beneath you. It will take you a little bit to pull yourself up, but you are able to make it. You are a little bit tired after that fact, so you're not going to be able to take any sort of major action right now. But you do have a pretty nice vantage point. You are able to see the incoming skelebonies. Yardley, I think you have the next highest.
I did. I was on the wall, wasn't I? Or was I partly away from the wall?
I don't think we had you guys positioned.
Oh, okay.
I think they just kind of started coming in.
All right. Because I just left the house, right? And then my dudes reported back to me that...
Yeah, because you all sort of rounded up in the center of town, and that's kind of when things started going to shit.
Okay. And I just had them survey the defenses, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And you said the skelebonies are coming in?
Yeah, skelebonies are coming up from up north. Your boys noticed a breach in the weakening, crumbling foundation in the southeastern walls. So they were able to reinforce it. They caught it really quick. They caught it early enough in the day. That was the first thing you told them to find. So you feel confident about that southeastern wall, at least for right now.
Okay. Then I'm going to see if my boys and I can go to that northern wall and then see if we can make a stand to kind of meet them at the gate.
Okay. So who are you working with again? Was it the Preacher?
Yes, it was the Preach's paladins.
Oh, what did we call them?
I forgot.
I've got my notes right here. This is the... I can't read my own handwriting. It's something about poop.
That narrows it down. It's also oddly unspecific for this
All right.
setting.
Got the poop paladins is what we'll call them. Errol,
Poopadins.
I'm surprised you don't remember.
I actually haven't listened to this one recently. I was starting it on the way in here. I was like, oh shit, I should review this. And I
You did more than I did. All right. So you're talking to the preacher. You're talking to his little paladins here. What's your formation? What's your game plan?
It's like the raunchy paladins or something like that.
What you doing with your holy boys?
I'm going to look at him and be like, now, boys. Oh, shit, that's not even... Let me get my Yardley voice back in. Okay, so... now I say, boys. No, that was bad. Hold on.
Say.
Yeah. Fuck.
You need a little bit of a... Get started.
Jesus Christ, it's been so long. Now, excuse me, gentlemen. There we go. Excuse me, gentlemen. It appears we need to go to the northern gate right now. So, my paladins, will you stand with me so we can protect this strange little town?
This guy over here standing on his knees.
Stand on my knees better than you standing on your little limp dick now. Boy, focus on me, okay?
He looks down, and his dick is indeed limp. He's trying to stand on it like tripod style, but he like falls over.
Now, that's what I thought. Now, we need to make a reverse arrow formation. We need to meet these boys right when they come in this gate. We cannot let them pass through. Do you understand?
Give me a charisma check.
Bro, I don't think I have any charisma.
It's fine.
Yeah, 5.
Yeah. So you say reverse arrow formation. The first thing they hear is reverse, and they kind of
keywords.
they kind of fill in the blanks from there. So
Oh my god.
history will show they find an intact brain of one of these like poop paladins, right? For some reason this brain is perfectly preserved. So scientists, generations upon generations from now will research the brain of this ancient paladin, and they will find that at this particular moment all of these paladins at the same time heard reverse. They looked at you, they sort of mistook your southern drawl for a cowboy, so they went to reverse cowboy position. So you have a bunch of paladins who are lined up. Half of them are laying on their backs. The other half are kind of squatting on top of them, facing the gate. Good news is their weapons are drawn in. They've got their spears with like perfect form inside each of the holes, so they're kind of like poking at skelebonies as they start coming to the wall. But you are at about half efficiency because the other's just kind of laying down.
You know what? That's
it.
That's the best I can ask for. I'm going to put my cannon down right in that spot.
It's an oddly sexual phalanx.
Just
All right, and are you just blasting through the gate?
I'm not going to blast through. I was going to wait till they came in.
Okay, so you're just all right. So you're kind of just readying.
Yeah, I was going to ready at that moment.
Perfect. All right. So your boys are positioned about as well as they can be on a 5.
My cannon is also down as well.
Yeah. So your cannon's down. You've got it ready. Is it did you have like an aim action you have to do? I don't know.
No, it fires as a bonus action.
Oh.
It's got 40 HP and has an AC of 18.
It's pretty rad.
And does 2d8 damage.
That's a lot.
That's all I got.
What's the zodiac sign?
It's Aquarius.
Nice. I don't know anything about
It's
astrology.
unstable.
This actually sounds very stable.
Skunkbog, you're up.
Who is Gunkbog's boys?
You're working with
The scrawny elves?
You're working with the elves that think they're idiot orcs. This is led by Beatmaster Country Boy.
That's right.
That was his name. We forgot his name on Saturday, but now I remember. It's Beatmaster Country Boy.
I don't get it.
I'll tell you when you're older.
Okay, so I'm going to just say that I'm like sort of like behind Yardley, generally in the vague vicinity. Do my boys look
That was so specific. Could you be a little less specific next time?
Yeah, I'm going to say that I'm somewhere in Funkalot. So, what does Gunkbog's crew have as far as weapons? We got ranged weapons. We got melee weapons.
So they've all got dumbbells.
So Gunkbog could throw
of
them.
varying different weights, but it doesn't really matter because they can't lift the lightest one.
My God.
So they're kind of like carrying them around, like trying to flex for one another, but they can't lift up like the 2-pounders.
Okay.
Roll me a perception check, though, as you are sort of
Inspecting.
inspecting your platoon here.
How is A7?
They got some papers in their boots. Or in their pockets. You don't really know where they is. They's got papers. Papers, please.
It's my gunk bog impression.
Okay.
It's not great. Haven't been working on my gunk bog.
That's fair. Gunkbog's just gonna say,
Okay, we gotta go help Daddy.
so I'm gonna try to get him to go help the other line of fucking phalanxes.
Yeah, so they hear your unintelligible drawl, and they kind of rally behind you immediately. It's as if you rolled a nat 20. So they kind of shamble over. It's weird. Like, they've got really good posture, but it's almost like they're pretending to stumble over themselves like drunken idiots. And they kind of fall all over Yardley. And they kind of they kind of drop the dumbbells, and they start pulling out their scrolls, and all at once they start chanting in unison together. They begin glowing with this ethereal light, so it looks like they're preparing for something big. What is Gunkbog doing himself?
Gunkbog is talking to his hammer, and he's getting a little bit worked up because his hammer knows when it's time to fuck shit up, and the hammer knows how to push Gunkbog's buttons, so he gets ready to go rage time.
What are you saying to the hammer?
I'm not saying a whole lot to the hammer. The hammer's saying a lot to me.
What's the how do these conversations usually start with Gunkbog?
So you know that voice in the back of your head that doesn't actually have a tone? Like I don't know. That's like
My voice has perfect pitch, so
Does it sound like JP?
Your inner voice is Simmons.
guys, Kronk's the one to beat. I can't let him outstate.
You just gotta let him. You just gotta let him have
just-
it this time.
It's like instead of just being dead in your nothing box where you're just not thinking. When you're in your nothing box, you just hear constant pub mix crunching in your head. Cool. Just sitting there watching TV. Oh, that's my inner voice. So Gunkbog's inner voice. Well, Gunkbog's hammer's like, if you remember DJ
what do I
Skinny
do with
Penis.
Do I fuck it? Sorry.
DJ Skinny Penis demonstrated the gunk hammer voice, so it's saying things like,
All right now, Gunkbog, it's time for you to get your shit together.
and Gunkbog's like, oh, I have my shit together, and the hammer's like, no, you don't.
Look at you, drooling mess. Can't even keep your cock in your loincloth.
I don't think he's ever been able to keep his cock in.
Well, especially since it hasn't been unbiggened yet. It's still embiggened.
Just needs a bigger loincloth.
I don't think they make those.
That's called a
Not
tarp.
that
It's
big.
called a dress.
Oh my
Circus
god.
tent.
It's called a third world country. Just wrap yourself in.
That parachute that you play with in elementary school. Everybody.
Wrap yourself in rural Pennsylvania. Third world country.
Make a perception check, Gunkbog.
15.
15. Yeah. So that's the hammer's giving you your routine pep talk. There's a little bit of white noise going on there. There's a little bit of interference. I imagine Gunkbog. I imagine it's got a little bit of Gunkbog wax stuck in the ear, so he probably didn't hear things clearly all the time anyway. Probably explains a lot about his speech impediment. But there's a little bit of interference you're not used to hearing. So anyway, cool.
Gunkbog doesn't know how to process that, but he has a feeling it has something to do with where we are.
So you've made your preparations. The gates hold on for longer than you imagine. It seems like the holes that you had your pretend dumb elves dig have successfully warded off the underground assault. So their little reinforced plates have not budged. However, the gate does indeed tumble over. Can everybody roll flat D20s as skeletons are coming in and your readied actions are going off?
11.
9.
9.
9.
All right, cool.
Okay,
Guys, I wish that first initiative roll would have transferred over to the rest of the dice rolls tonight.
So, as the skeletons come in, your reverse cowboy paladins start taking a slice at them. Your autocannon starts firing. The chimps come out of their not-so-hidden spots and start just fucking shit up. So you've got the jump on these skeletons. You're not able to see clearly, but it looks like you've cleared out a good chunk of them. You'd say maybe a third to about a half of them at the very most. You've sort of cleared out these skelebonies. There is a thunderous crash happening from the southern end of town as these skeletons descend upon you. Skeletons are going to start swiping left and right as they're coming in. It is just a swarm of ivory claws coming all over the place. One skeleton kills himself. All right. Another one does as well. God, we got 2 nat 1s. These skelebonies are rolling like shite. Okay. So Yardley, as these skeletons come in, one manages to get in a lucky stab at you. That is going to take you down 6 hit points.
Okay.
And Gunkbog, unfortunately, one threw a crit on you. It looks like one skelebony has the arm of another skelebony that's holding the femur of another skelebony, and he just mollywops you with it.
Wallops ya.
So he's going to grab some crit damage on you with that.
It's okay.
If there's anyone to
85
hit,
hit points.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot. He got real lucky. That's 17 damage.
Oh, that's not that bad.
Not bad for Gunkbog,
when
anyway.
you have
Yeah,
85.
that brings me down to what I started with. So, well, I mean,
Oh, so you're
before
only
the level up.
85 health
Yeah,
then.
exactly 85.
Jesus Christ. All right.
That was a joke.
So, Skelebonies have begun their onslaught. Your soldiers have matched theirs. It doesn't look like, as you're looking around at how your troops are handling things, they're handling the situation with varying degrees of success. Despite the town's battlements, you can tell that the town has not seen much conflict, based on, to quote that one dude from 300, "They're more brawlers than warriors." Can everybody roll a flat d20 to see how your troops' morale is doing?
13.
3.
14.
All right. So Yardley and Gunkbog, you are able to maintain control of your platoons. Your chimps have started to go apeshit at this point. You don't think you're going to be able to give them any sort of like on-the-fly commands. If you want to get them back into order, you're going to have to do something drastic. So, anyway, we've got Skelebonies on the northern end. You hear some sort of sound coming from the southern end. You're all posted up on the north gate, so you can't be sure. It's a little far away from you right now, so you're going to have to make some decisions. Mock, what are you doing?
Okay. I'm going to ride one of the monkeys.
Ride, as in like hi-ho, silver away?
Yes.
All right.
The appropriate type of ride to an animal.
Okay.
This is Funkalot. You do have to clarify that.
Yes.
All right.
Animal handling?
Well, there's a few more checks you got to make before we get to the animal handling one. So you are trying to wade through a horde of Skelebonies and platoon troops kind of going at it. So you're going to have to make it through some attacks of opportunity here.
Can I just cast Turn Undead?
I mean, then you're just getting rid of your so your action is going to mount the monkey. If you're going to cast Turn Undead,
Bonus action?
you can cast it as a bonus?
Yeah.
That's wild. Okay, what does Turn Undead do?
You turn undead.
Each undead that can see or hear you within 30 feet must make a wisdom saving throw. If it fails, it's turned for 1 minute or until it takes any damage. Turn creature must spend its turn trying to move as far away from you as it can, and it can't willingly move to a space within 30 feet of you. Also can't take reactions. For its action, it can only use dash to get away.
Okay.
Can I make a suggestion? Because we're on Kronk's action now, right? Yeah. If you delay, I can catapult you towards the front of the gate. And
Yeah,
if you turn undead,
What gate are you at?
I'm at the northern one.
He's on the top of the wall.
I'm not at the top.
Kronk is.
Yeah.
Oh, Mock is.
Oh, then if you just jump down, then yeah, fuck it. Never mind. Sorry. Then I'll shut the fuck up.
I was going to ride the monkey to the south side of town.
That's fair. Never mind, then carry on.
I mean, you're in Funkalot. You can do whatever you want.
True.
What's the DC?
Wisdom.
Right, but it's
Your spell
what's your,
DC.
yeah,
so.
spell
What's your
DC?
spell DC?
17.
Whew. Okay. 1 makes it.
Now you got to roll it for every single one of the horde, so all 300.
All right. Okay, 3 out of 5 made it, actually.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, the Scellbones are rolling hot. So 2 of them will not take a swing at you. 3 will as you plummet your way down towards your hapless chimp companion.
Okay.
1 misses. 1 misses. 18.
No, I got 21 AC.
Are you for real?
Yeah.
Yeah, with that bulwark shield.
Holy shit. All right.
armor.
All right. So, you plummet your way down towards this chimp. Can you make an animal handling check to see if you are able to successfully mount your
Come
chimp
on.
boy?
Please let me be able to mount this monkey. 22.
So, there's good news and bad news. The good news is, yeah, you have no problem, right? Your aim is true. This monkey is sort of like kind of posted up right now, kind of warding off 3 different Skellabonies. So it's like your shot wasn't hard. You just had to make sure you jumped off properly. Textbook. You did a couple of flips
And a crushed monkey.
swan dive. Zero, no real splash. But you did fall 20 feet to get on him, and you are armed to the teeth. Can you roll 3d6 bludgeoning damage as you are essentially a projectile weapon at this point?
13.
Yeah, this chimp's dead.
Damn.
You have mounted a dead chimp right now.
Okay, then I'm going to raise my fist in the air, grab him by the back of his neck like I'm actually riding him like a toy horse, and say, "Forward to victory!"
All right, so
Meat shield.
you have mounted a dead chimp right now. Yardley, can you bring this together?
I was really hoping that the chimp would survive and he could cast Embiggen on the chimp.
I could do it on the dead chimp if you...
There you go. I'm be riding a huge dead chimp.
Let me see. I might be able to do something. I don't know what it is yet, but I'm going to see if I can...
Can you cast Embiggen on Gunkbog?
I don't want to.
Like, just all of Gunkbog?
I'm going to try to make my way towards the farther in towards the center of the gate where they're pouring in,
Okay.
and I'm going to use a bonus action for my cannon to shoot to give me a little bit of cover.
Okay. Do you have a target in mind, or are you just...
I'm going to run up and
Open
then-
fire.
and then I'm going to cast a spell once I get a little bit farther away from my boys.
Okay, so we'll resolve the cannon first. Like I said, are you aiming for anything with the cannon, or are you just open firing?
Just open firing.
Okay.
Oh, well, preferably just in front of me so I can clear a path while I run.
Okay, cool. Can you roll 3d20? Roll 3 attacks. It's still the same attack. We're seeing how well each Skellaboni... This is an AoE kind of thing.
Okay. 17, a crit, and an 8.
All right, the 8 will miss. The 17 and the crit will hit. And it doesn't really... I'll tell you right now, it doesn't matter what you roll. 2 of these Skellabonis have been disintegrated by your cannon, giving you enough clearance to walk through. You only have to contend with 1 attack of opportunity. And I don't think a 10 hits. So you are able to make your way through to the eye of the storm, as it were. What are you doing now that you're here?
I imagine there's a good bit of them pretty close to me.
Yeah. So it's just bodies and bones just going at it all around you.
Okay. I'm going to cast Shatter at level 3.
Okay.
So everyone around me has to make a con saving throw. And if they don't, they suffer 4d8 thunder damage.
Okay.
Ouch.
A creature that's made of inorganic... Oh, never mind. That's not inorganic. You're fine. Bone is organic. Inorganic? No. Stone, crystal, metal. Has disadvantage, but they're bones, so never mind. Fuck me. You're good.
Okay. Whew, okay. 1 Skellaboni get crit avoids. 1 doesn't. 1 doesn't. 1 doesn't. 18.
Yes.
All right, so 2 out of 5 bonies. However, you've got some paladins and some monkeys who are also in the way of this. All right, all of the monkeys get hit. One of the paladins survives. All right, 2 paladins live, so we have 3 skelebonies that are hit, 3 chimps that are hit, 2 paladins that are hit.
Okay.
Just roll, just for sake of time, just roll 1 roll and it'll affect everybody.
Okay. That's a really bad roll. Let's see. We have 16. So we have 20 damage to every. That's all the damage I did.
Yeah, everybody that got hit is dead.
Okay, so Yardley is going to
Well, doesn't
Ride a dead
Shatter-
paladin.
doesn't a save on Shatter take half damage?
Oh yeah, it does take half damage. Sorry.
So all the ones that say
So all the skeletons are dead that you hit. So you got 5 dead bonies, 3 dead chimps, 2 dead paladins, 3
Partridge in the pear tree got me.
3 injured paladins, 2 badly injured chimps.
So I would like to set the scene as so Yardley's going to kind of like walk up a little bit. He's going to have this slight emerald glow about his brooch and or his fucking bow tie, and then he's going to take his hat off, and he's going to just like clap his hand against his hat, and then there's just a big shock wave as he tries to clear a good bit of space away from the gate.
Cool. Can Mock and Yardley roll a flat d20 for troop morale?
12.
5.
All right. Your paladins are looking a little shaken right now. You see they kind of they've taken note of your sort of brazen attack, and they seem very wary of you. Your chimps are headed for the fucking hills. They are gonzo. Even your dead one is somehow like flailing against you trying to mount it.
Ride a
Gunkbog.
paladin.
You didn't quite crush the
So-
spine enough.
So everyone's at the north gate, but there's something happening at the south side of town.
Yeah, as far as you can hear, you heard a mighty rumpus happening from the south.
Okay, so as a free action, Gunkbug's going to shout back to Mock, Mock!
Yes.
Coconut gun!
Okay, question mark.
If you don't remember that from the last session, Coconut Gunner gave you Diddy Kong's peanut gun
Oh yeah.
for you to shoot so that you can aim the Coconut Gunner.
Let me ride you over that way.
Well, you just shoot it and it's like a flare wherever it hits. The coconut guns will.
Yeah, but don't we want to go towards the south side of town and not have it shoot here? Like, what if we miss?
Well, I mean, I was thinking that they would kind of clear out the skeleton. Well, our guys are doing good enough. But anyways, Gunkbog's going to use his bonus action to dash his speed, which is 40 to the south side of town.
Okay, you make your way down. As you are reaching the middle of the unassuming house and the cozy nut, you hear the thud kind of bang against the southeastern wall that was recently patched up. You notice that the reinforced plates are doing a really great job. You wager by the damage on the outer edges of the wall, this would have probably been shattered long ago if these weren't placed here. But you can definitely see it as the southeastern wall that the sound is coming from.
Okay. Is there any way for me to see what's going on?
So you've got the cozy nut is a pretty tall building. If you are able to scale it, you could probably see over the wall pretty nicely.
Okay. So that's going to be Scrank.
That is going to be strength athletics.
All right. I'm going to mount the cozy nut.
All right.
Math is really hard.
That means he did not mount.
14.
14 is just barely enough. You manage to grab one of the nuts as you're about to slip. Kind of grab hold of it real hard.
My ginormous cock is weighing me down.
You could have swore it turned blue, but you are able to kind of mount it, grab up it, and then you are on top of the cozy nut. As you look over the top of the building, you stare in awe at a giant phallic battering ram. As you look over the gate, you see it is trying its hardest to penetrate through the wall.
Guys, that's not funny.
Yeah, it is. Shut up.
God, I was fine until you said that, and then I lost it. As you see it repeatedly thrusting into the wall, trying to penetrate it, you noticed a plaque near the shaft of the ram. It is called Ye Old Enterprise D.
Are there onions on the Enterprise D?
The ass is towards the back,
Okay.
but that's where the onions are.
Okay. Oh, that's right. The pepperoni's on the oddly
The
spiced
pepperoni's on the
sausage.
dash.
The oddly spiced sausage is towards the front. Is the battering ram cut or uncut?
Unclear.
Okay.
Okay. Gunkbog wants to jump up on the Hydra's back.
You've already used your action to get to the top of the cozy nut.
Oh, okay. Can I? Let's see. What else can I do? I use my bonus action to get there too, so I can't really do much. All right. So I'm just gonna prepare myself to jump onto the phallus next round.
All right. As you are bracing yourself to mount the Enterprise D, it makes one last hurrah and crashes through the southeast wall. In through the southeast pours more skelebonies. There's some coming from the left, some coming from the right, and some are coming out through a very narrow opening at the very tip of the Enterprise D.
We got Trojan horsed, rigged for our pleasure.
Yup. Cool. We got
suckered us in!
Skelebonies are going to go a little less ham because you guys have thinned them out pretty nicely. None of them hit any of you, which is great. Skunk Bog, we've got some Skelebonies who are going to throw some of their arms at you. How's a 16 do?
That
Just
probably-
hits.
Just-
oh my god!
Just hits. All right, so that's
Yeah.
one hit.
He don't have
Miss,
armor. He's got
miss,
health.
Miss.
He's all cock and no
Miss.
balls.
All right, so
Yes.
only one hits you. You've got one wrist that's kind of pung right off your head there. It's only going to do 2 damage, though.
Oh shit! Gunkbog's dead. Just kidding. I'm so far from dead.
Yardley, can you make a perception check?
Yeah. That is a 22.
Before you are able to make your next strike, the whole town is silent for a moment as you hear something off in the distance. Most ears are not really attuned to it. As a gentleman, though, you've been trained to be aware of your surroundings near and far. Off in the distance, you swear you hear a "Go!" A little closer. Even closer still. Go! Go!
What do I see?
Nothing yet. Mock. You are on a dead monkey.
Kind of undecided right now. Which way do we go?
It's like
Do we
my
help
major in
Yardley? Yes, undecided. I'm going to ride the dead monkey to the south side of town.
All right. Animal handling.
On a dead monkey?
Bro, you don't know it's life.
13.
Yeah. So you start making your way south. As you're running, as you're trotting your way down, you're like, "Damn, this dead monkey moves fast." You look down, and the only part of the monkey you still have in your hands are like the shoulders where you were holding. The rest of him was, gone like half a mile ago.
Oh, nice.
But you do make it. You make it to about the cozy nut. You're able to get close enough to the building to see Gunkbog being ready to mount the Enterprise D, as well as a whole bunch of Skelebonies kind of pouring in.
Do we want to use the coconut gun now?
You should use the coconut gun.
How many charges does the coconut gun have?
Well, I guess it really doesn't matter. It's how many cannon shots does the ship have.
Well, what I'm saying is, like, if you shoot it here, that's where it's going to aim. But if you have another round, it'll shoot to another place too.
We can always figure out how to reload it.
I would say use
I
it
think
now.
there's a check. There's probably a check that we can figure out if we can reload it.
And I'm good at bouncing those, so... let's go ahead and shoot it at the Enterprise D. Or up in the air above it.
All right, make an attack roll and add your dexterity modifier to the roll.
14.
Yeah, so your aim is true. It's a really big target, and it's not really moving very fast. It's a battering ram. So you take aim. The trigger is like massive. It's a little harder to pull than you would imagine. The gun is just made of solid wood, but as you pull the trigger, you hear a little and a little cashew kind of disintegrates upon the Enterprise D. You can't fathom how this would work, what in the world this could possibly do. But off in the distance, right towards the south, you can see the banana boat, the poop deck. All of its cannons kind of pull out of the hull of the ship, and the sky rains with fire. And you can see cannon fire just drizzling down on the Enterprise D here. So it is going to take quite a hefty amount of damage. Okay, describe how the Enterprise D is destroyed by the poop deck's banana boat fire.
It explodes into a rain of fire, killing everything around it.
Cool. None
Except
of that,
for us.
Cool. None of that happens. It just kind of falls down to the ground. All of the skelebonies that were housed inside of it are also smashed to bits. These skelebonies look a little more heavily armed than the chaff you've been fighting. So you can feel pretty confident this is a very good use of your peanut gun.
You can say that the skelebonies were big-boned.
Yeah,
They're more
Or do
heavily
they got
armed.
like gorilla arms?
not quite gorilla arms. Your 2 gorilla arms you have in your hand are a little bigger. Yardley, you've got skelebonies. You've also got a go.
Yardley's gonna stay where he is because it looks like that shit's getting handled over there. He's gonna see. Will it count as my action if I try to rally the rest of my boys?
Yeah, you can try with a charisma check. You're going to have to take that at a -2 because they are a little wary of you right now because you did just kind of kill a bunch of them.
I did.
You roll. What did you roll on your perception check?
A 22.
You're pretty sure that. Yeah, it's a really good roll. You're pretty sure that you hear the getting a little bit louder, and you're pretty certain it's coming from the west. How much do you remember of your chat with the locals at the Cozy Nut?
I don't. I just remember I gave them nut.
All right. So I'll kind of recap for you. The biggest pieces of information you saw is that there was talk of a dragon of some sort coming from the west side. And you are also told, sort of out of left field, I think, for Yardley, that Sir Funkalot has been missing for weeks from town. That was sort of the big one. But this it's definitely coming from the west side.
Okay. Yardley will be like, "Gentlemen, I do apologize for the friendly fire. It was meant to just protect the town, and I didn't make it as far as I could have. That being said, I will not discharge any more friendly fire on you. I need you to do your job and nut up and take care of this gate."
All right, charisma save -2, please, good sir.
You said discharge.
10.
With the -2?
Yeah. Wait, charisma... Yeah, no, sorry, it's an 11.
It's an 11. All right, so you hear a couple of perky... the rest of them are kind of like... They kind of shake their head a little bit and kind of go about their own business a little less efficiently. You do see a couple kind of perk up, though, and you see them kind of rally around the gate. And you can see that they have pulled over a couple of bricks that have produced a couple of winches. Not like, "Ha, my winch!" They're like the tits. No, they've got a couple of like levers that they're kind of pulling over. And you can see a second
Winches.
gate kind of dropping from the top.
Okay. I'm going to run west.
Go west, young man.
And try to see this this dragon. Actually, how close am I to the bar? And are there any people around?
Okay, you're not very close to the bar right now.
Okay.
If you were to if you were to sprint, you could probably make it there. Most of the people have either holed up or they have gone east to a safer location.
Okay, then I'm just going to run west.
Okay. As you run west, you are definitely catching sight of this terror. It is green scaled. There is acid kind of pouring from its jowls. You are about to come face to face with the notorious Dragon. Gunkbog. You have
my
no more
God.
Enterprise D to mount.
I don't, but I want to fight this dragon.
This what?
Dragon.
There you go.
Okay, so I have an idea. What creature size is this dragon? Is it large or is it?
Dragons are fucking massive.
Okay.
This dragon is big ass.
Okay.
Is the size.
Can Embiggen make Gunkbog big enough to wrestle this thing?
I mean, so the thing I don't know. What are the specifics on Embiggen?
It's 8 times the size.
Oh yeah.
So,
I mean, Gunkbog's a pretty big boy. He's bordering large, I think, anyways.
So if he's 10 foot tall, that would make him 80 foot tall.
I mean, it's possible. You could definitely give it a shot.
Okay, well, I need someone to cast Embiggen on me. So that's Gunkbog's plan. So can I jump down and run to Yardley?
Yeah,
You're
let's do acrobatics check. See if you stick your landing.
Sorry, I meant to ask this earlier. Were there any other Scalabonis coming in from the north side as I was running away?
Yeah, we'll retcon a little bit. Make a perception check as you are making your way east.
Sorry, another 22.
Yeah. You don't see any more Scalabonis. You did notice a particularly dark, brooding young man bringing up the rear.
Looked
And
like he had a heart attack.
I was going to ask if I could use my cannon just to like clear some more of that chaff over there as I left.
Sure.
I think only one hits because I got a 14, a 3, and a 2.
Correct. So you have cleared out one Scalaboni.
Cool.
Good job.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Putting in work. Putting in twerk.
I got it.
You twerking. Yardley's twerking to cast Thunderclap. It's a callback to like episode 6.
I'm glad you know these references.
14.
Great. You only take 7 damage as you hit the ground.
This is the most damage Gunkbog's ever taken.
Damn, Bubs is not playing around with this fall damage.
Bro, this is Funkalot.
Okay, so I'm going to dash up to Yardley, which is my bonus action.
You can cast Dash as a bonus action?
Yeah, it's an orc feature. You can
That's
dash
a
your...
stupid feature.
Yeah.
Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Cock and balls and shit and fucking ass. Do you recall the most famous Gunkbog?
Didn't expect you to keep going.
Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry.
All right. You're there.
I'm gonna-
Arcana check, please.
Oh, for Gunkbog?
Yeah.
It's not going to be good, but you can have it.
That's what she said.
4.
Some feel tingly.
Yardy, Gunkbog feel tingy, but me won't fight dragon.
Don't feel tingly.
Make me biggies.
All right. Can all 3 of you roll a flat D20? Actually, you don't have to because your guys are fucking all over the place. Sorry, yours will be at disadvantage. AR, yours just a flat.
Well, I fucked that up because I went to
I
grab
still
it
got
and
my
I changed
chimp
it.
arms.
It's a 9.
5.
Yeah, at this point, you guys' troops are broken on the north end of town. Although the Scalabonis have been thinned, your ranks have also been thinned. No thanks to Yardley Quiffin's friendly fire over there. So a lot of your troops are starting to fall back, which have given the Scalabonis the leverage they need to start to take the pizzeria and BBD's Worldly Mercs. You've noticed that the brooding figure that has been bringing up the rear has taken up a more defensive position on the northern end of town and starts to glow with an ominous light. The Scalabonis on the southeastern end of town, however, have also broken. Seeing the Enterprise D so thoroughly destroyed, most of them have decided to retreat from the wreckage with whence they have come in. A couple of Scalabonis have bravened up and started to go in towards Ain't Monkeying Around and the Cozy Nut, but it doesn't look like they are causing too much collateral damage. The Dragot has made his way to the western side of town and begun his onslaught on the castle. So he launches 3 acid volleys towards the castle. 2 of them go wide, but one of them does strike true. So the castle takes a beating towards the top. It looks like a little bit of the southern tower has kind of collapsed in on itself, and you see that it's slowly eating away at the rock until the acid just dissipates. Mock, what are you doing?
I'm going to ride my monkey back to...
Your monkey shoulders?
Yeah, the north side of town where the weird glowy guy's at.
Okay. You are able to make your way to the north side of town fairly unscathed. Roll investigation, roll perception as you get there.
Ooh. It's way better than 2.
A 3.
It's a 1.
9.
9? Yeah, so the brooding guy looks a little sad. You also notice that he is sort of shackled to this other figure who looks like he's seen better days. Like, imagine an eczema patient, but the skin is literally just hanging off of bone by, like, maybe 1 or 2, like, sinews. It's a really sad sight. What do you do now that you're here?
Can I tell anything about them? Like, are they 2 people I should kill, or is there anything?
Has that stopped you before?
That's a good point.
Not really.
I mean, you'd have to roll investigation if you're trying to, like, pick up a little more details about him.
Let's go after the guy that's all, like, torn up.
Okay, what are you doing?
I'm going to try and kill him with my sword. Because
Okay.
That's what I do.
Roll to attack, please.
Mock is going to do mock things.
It's way better than 8.
A 9.
13.
Yeah, so your form was not nearly as good as what you're used to. It's probably the monkey arms that are kind of getting in your way. You could have sworn that this pathetic-looking figure moved in a way that would grant you the leverage you needed to hit him. You're pretty certain this would have hit basically anything that wasn't trying to get hit. Can you roll damage, please?
Oh, wait. It's not D20.
It's the best weapon in the game.
Yes, it's 20 D20.
It's just, everything dies.
That's what I roll in Fantasy Grounds every time.
you do.
It's the pistol from Halo 1.
13.
Yeah, so your sword definitely cleans through him. This figure howls in pain, but his posture does not change. He is still standing just as tall as he was before. He looks at you with bloodshot eyes and goes, "Man, just end me, please." Yardley, you have a dragon approaching the town.
I also
Big and Gunk Bog. And Big and Gunk Bog.
Can I touch the hammer real quick?
Sure.
And or that counts as my action.
Nah.
Okay.
It's been free movement.
Okay. Now, Gunkbug, I got a question for you.
Yes, Mr. Quiffen.
It's a long shot here. But
Okay.
but knowing you as you, and knowing me as me,
And knowing we as we.
and I know our conversations in the past have been nothing short of stupendous.
Titillating, one might say.
Very.
Especially in our present environment.
I'm tweaked right now, actually. But I'm missing the point here. So, Mr. Gunkbug, do I have your consent to embiggen yourself?
You may embiggen me at your free leisure, sir.
This might be the last time we chat. So if you make it out alive and I don't, I do have one thing to ask of you.
Yes, Mr. Quiffen.
Kill that dragon.
I'm sorry. Kill the what, sir?
Kill that dragon.
I was afraid I misunderstood you.
I'm sorry. Allergy season. Allergies. So at that point, he will. He's like, if we don't make it out alive, it's been a pleasure knowing you, Mr. Gunkbog.
And the reverse is true of you, Mr. Quiffen.
And then you just hear a in the background.
This gate.
So his
You can tell because I was dick.
Dick gay.
He's going to.
I like dicks. Reverse cowboy dick.
He's going to embed.
Okay, I'll stop. All right.
When our own DM disrupts all the action.
Okay, I'll stop.
No, it won't.
No, I know exactly. What
I'm not going to do it, I promise.
So he's going to cast Embiggen on Gunkbog.
All right. Gunkbog is embiggened. He's 80 feet tall now.
Took every ounce of self-control, but I kept my fucking promise. All right. Your Embiggen goes off without a hitch. Gunkbog.
I'm opposed to athletics, this dragon. I'm a wrestle.
All right, so as you are approaching the dragon, how much bigger did you get? 8 times bigger?
Yeah.
Roll another Arcana check, but multiply your result times 8, since you are 8 times bigger.
0. 8 times 0, still 0.
Bro,
If I roll a 2 or a 1, that will be the result. Okay, that's much better. 12
48.
12 times 8?
No, 56. No.
This is a whole damn lot.
I'm sorry.
72. 76.
What do you recall of your meeting with Dusty Clare, Gunkbog?
It's 96.
96, there we go.
You are magic.
I am magic incarnate. Embiggen just somehow infused the hammer to Gunkbog. She gave me something.
She did.
Chlamydia.
She gave you a little bit of the old dusty.
I don't remember what it was.
So you actually have a couple of things that you've retrieved. You got a shiny rock from the gift shop.
That's right.
But Dusty Clare gave you a particular card. You're not particularly magically inclined, but with your 96 on your Arcana check, you know that this card is brimming with some sort of destructive power. You're fairly certain you've got one shot with this thing. You're not sure what kind of damage this thing can do, but whatever you use this on, you feel you almost feel a sense of dread owning this artifact.
Okay, how do I use this card? Is it just like I snap it in twain?
It's not fucking glow stick, bro.
And then
this a
swirl it around
festival?
your head a little bit, and then back and forth in a figure 8.
So ordinarily you'd have to cast Identify, but given as though you've broken the D&D glass ceiling with a 96, you're fairly certain all you have to do is chuck this thing like David Blaine style at whatever it is you want it to hit, and
okay. Can I chuck it at the drug?
yeah, roll a dexterity check.
But
So attack, add your dexterity.
Oh, roll an attack roll as if it was a thrown weapon, you mean?
Yes.
Okay.
But would it be divided by 8 for something that large?
16.
16? Yeah. So that is going to fly true. That is going to pierce the dragon's scaly hide. Nothing happens yet. With your 96, you can tell that is a very yet ... situation. Then eerie silence kind of falls over the battlefield as the dragon comes closer. The somber-looking Necrohomie doesn't really do much. He's still glowing with that same energy you met him with. The Skelebonies around you seem to be moving a little slower, a little more sluggish. The figure that you have just taken umbrage with on the business end of your sword doesn't appear to be fighting back. What do you do, Mock?
I'm going to cast Remove Curse on him.
Okay. What does that do? Do you have to? Is there any check that has to be made?
It removes curses.
Sweet.
I think it's a willing creature, right? Like when you touch a willing creature or willing inanimate object, I guess.
At your touch, all curses affecting one creature or object end. If the object is cursed, a cursed magic item, its curse remains, but the spell breaks and its owner's attunement to the object, so it can be removed or discarded.
Okay. So as you begin to touch this creature with your spell in hand, a glowing light surrounds you, and you feel something dissipate around him. The man in question, however, recoils, seemingly in more pain than before. What do you do?
Does it no longer have a curse on it? Or anything?
Right now, your hands are dissolving what little skin this man has left.
I'd be like, so what's up with you?
Man, I can't anymore.
Can't what?
The necromancer looks at you and goes, "We've been here before. That won't help.
Who's been here before?
We have.
All of us or just you two?
You're a new face.
Okay.
The rest seems eerily familiar."
Where's here?
It's been so long. I once knew the answer to this question, but all I can do now is play my part.
And when was the last time you were here?
Oh. Weeks, months, years. When you've done this as long as I have, time has lost all meaning.
So do you guys invade like once a month?
This town will fall. This one will rise again. This one will fall again. I will take him back, dress his wounds. History will repeat itself. Never ending.
Who's the chained up guy you have?
He points towards Sir Funkalot's castle. Once the reigning lord of this fine town, this is the sight you see here. His life is bound to mine.
Okay. How do we unbound it?
If you kill me, the curse afflicting this one will end. However, this one has seen such grievous wounds, such grievous torture. Once he regains his life, he won't have much of one of left to live. Thus history repeats itself.
Yeah, but then we'll be able to go home, right?
Home.
You know, back to Salt Marsh. Not Salt March.
I know not of this salt marsh you speak of. I do know. No one is home here. No one is free.
Okay, then how about we just destroy this whole world, and that would end everything, correct?
Funny. What makes you think this world is still intact?
Okay, so as long as we get out of here, it's fine then.
We're going to hop on over to Yardley. Yardley, you've got a big, green, slimy, acid-filled drag raining his on top of the castle. You just saw Gunkbog chuck some peculiar artifact at this thing, but it hasn't seemed to have done anything yet.
I'm going to cast Shield on myself,
Okay.
which gives me a +5 to my AC.
All right.
Until the end of my next turn.
What does your shield look like?
So it's it's more of just like an emerald kind of hue around Yardley. So think like the Ed, Edd n Eddy outlines on the character, but it's just
Oh, nice.
an emerald
Okay.
sort of kind of glow.
So,
at the top of the sphere, right above his head, is a KFC bucket upside down.
damn. All right. So you've got the shield going on. Anything else?
You just hear the song Jordan playing in the background. Down, because I'm Buckethead. No, so I'm going to. Well, I guess I already used an action, so I can't really do that. Can I do an Arcana check around me?
Yeah.
Cool.
What do you? So what are you looking for specifically?
So I get the sense that there's just some weird juju happening because I'm looking down over where Mock is, kind of like in conversation, as well as looking at the dragon, and I'm just trying to see like how much danger are we in right now,
Okay.
and if it's any magical danger. 7, and I'm going to add my. No, I'm not. Never mind. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah. As you could tell in the castle, when you were in the castle when you first arrived, you sensed some pretty high-level illusion magic going on. Even with the roll of 7, even though there's just a lot of chaos happening around you, you can tell that even on the outside, there is some sort of high-level trickery going on as far as magic is concerned. You're pretty sure that a lot of the stuff that you're seeing is not what it seems. Gunkbog, I need you to roll a flat D20 for me. You can see a small sliver of dark light penetrating through where you threw your chaos card.
19.
You have 19 words, exactly, no more, no less, to tell me what happens next.
In Gunkbog's voice or as player?
AR, you have 19
Okay.
words
I need
to tell me what happens next.
Dragon die.
A portal opens up to another dimension and sucks the dragon
The what?
through.
Immediately.
Got 7 more words.
Oh yeah, taking with it all of the Skelebonis.
Okay.
Bitch.
That's
So
20.
it is a small dark light that pierces through the dragon's scales. The small light sort of bursts into morphs into a spear of light, and then the dragon kind of implodes in on itself, tearing a hole in space-time. All of the Skelebonis, basically just limb from limb. You're seeing every little vertebrae, every little attachment get sucked into this portal of light. You're not sure where they're going, but it seems to only be affecting the things you specified. All of the Skelebonis, the drag, all gone. The necromancer standing next to you looks up at the light and goes, "That's new." You're able, at this point, you're all able to kind of, there's an eerie silence that falls over the town. Despite all the chaos and carnage that's happening around you, you don't really hear anything else. The necromancer looks at you and goes, "Who are you? Why have you come here?"
Muck. I don't know.
You hear like, Gunkbog's walking over. I'm Gunkbog.
Be careful with that voice, bro.
What if we trade you that guy there for someone else you might rather have?
Believe me, no one pities this man shackled to me more than myself. I have no quarrel with this man. In fact, I wish I could end his suffering. His suffering is my own.
Well, what about that douchebag up in the castle?
Oh, the one who calls himself for Sir Funkalot.
Well, no, the other one.
Other one.
Yeah, his butler.
Butler. As he begins to ponder what you've said, you notice that his shadow behind him has grown unusually large. It's grown larger and larger, more slender, until you start to see the silhouette of the one that you called Woolsworth back in the castle. The shadow rises from the ground and manifests itself into this very same butler. A glowing coalescent blade reaches forth from his brandy glass, and he slays the necromancer standing in front of you.
But I didn't think he had the glass.
Instead of a wince, you see a smile cross the necromancer's face. He utters the words, "Finally," and collapses lifelessly. The figure next to him inhales sharply before falling down as well. Woolsworth looks at the three of you, your pockets feeling a little lighter than usual, and beckons you all. "Good evening, sirs. We'll take a quick break."
Yeah, that was pretty quick.
It was a quick break. Less people. Less time to wait on pee.
Less tomfoolery.
Yeah. All right, so we're back. Are we back?
We're back.
We're back. The quickest heel turn one-off you've ever seen.
Well, 2 off because it's part 2.
Yeah. Woolsworth stands in front of you. The town lit only by the portal that was caused by Gunkbog's quick thinking. Woolsworth's saber, once solid with ethereal, opaque light, dissolves back into his brandy glass. Takes a sip. Says,
That was adequate work, gentlemen. Far more efficient than I thought those such as you were capable of. Well done.
he takes a sip and winks at Yardley. Goes,
You might want to keep a weather eye out on your pocketbook there, sir. It was no short work, relieving you of what once belonged to me.
So it would seem, friend.
Ah, come now, we can dispense with the pleasantries. I'm sure you sense that my motives are far from pure at this point. Come, you have questions. Some I shall answer, some I shall leave up to you.
Well, why don't you tell me about Iris?
Ah, so you've met the little chap, have you?
Indeed.
Yes. Tell me, what is that information worth to you, Yardley Quiven?
I asked you first. he's gonna ding his little bow tie.
Ah, but you forget your place. Or maybe you know it all far too well. No matter.
he snaps his fingers, and there is a portal that materializes next to him in a flash. Through the eyes of the portal, you see your captain. You see the town that lie before you. You see little Loxley that is meandering around with the captain.
Your world, gentlemen. You've given me what is mine, and now I shall give you what is yours. Leave this place, forget all about it, and all shall be well.
Thanks, guys. I think we should get going. Can I check my pocket or my gun for a cashew?
It looks like your gun has another round inside of it.
I'm going to get really close to the portal and shoot the cashew at him.
At Woolsworth?
Yes.
Bro,
What?
we're here.
What?
We're really close to Woolsworth.
I trust their aim. Kind of.
Okay. So as you approach the portal, you thought you made a really good feign. It was a textbook feign. But Woolsworth's reaction seems almost netherworldly good. You turn around, take aim, but Woolsworth is gone. You feel a hot, smoky breath behind you as he says,
You're quick, but I'm quicker, sir.
Can I try to steal the brandy glass as he's can I try to steal back what he took from me?
yeah, make a sleight of hand.
As a 15. And I'm going to add my intelligence, which makes it 18.
Okay. You grab hold of the brandy glass and you wrest it from his hands. You now have a glass full of brandy.
Okay. Can Gunkbog try to grab Woolsworth because he's embiggened?
Yeah. So as you approach Woolsworth, what's your approach? What are you trying to do?
I'm 8 times my normal size. There's no sneaking around.
Stealthy.
Cool.
You know, see, Gunkbog.
I'm just gonna try literally grab him, pick him up, and just like hold him.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to just kind of reach down, grab him in your little hands, and you're looking at him. Got anything to say?
Why you do so much magic?
He doesn't seem phased at all. If anything, he seems mildly irate. He looks down at Yardley and goes,
Good sir. Did you really think it would be that simple?
and as you kind of look at Yardley real fast, Gunkbog, you look back to your hands, and again, Woolsworth is no more. In fact, you see that the shadow that you are casting from the portal has gotten a few sizes slimmer and taller. Woolsworth appears before you now, even taller than you are,
Oh shit!
with a glass of brandy in his hand.
Yachty gunk bug fucked up.
No, we just underestimated our opponent, see?
Can I cast banishment on him?
What's banishment do?
It banishes him.
Give me the deets on that spell, Mulfer.
It is a DC because he tried to banish gunk bug.
Yeah, it is.
I don't think that's going to work.
You attempt to send one creature that you can see within range to another plane of existence. They must succeed on a charisma throw. If the target is native to the plane of existence you're on, you banish it to a harmless demi-plane. While there, it's incapacitated. It remains there until the spell ends, at which point it reappears in the space at left or in the nearest unoccupied space. If the target is native to a different plane of existence, it gets banished to that plane with returning to the home plane. If the spell ends before 1 minute has passed, the target reappears in the space at left or the nearest unoccupied space. Otherwise, the target doesn't return. So if it's not from here and the spell doesn't end in a minute because of some kind of concentration, it doesn't come back.
Okay. What's got to roll?
Charisma saving throw, DC 17.
He rolled a nat 20. I shit you not.
Okay, then.
Oh my god. Yeah. So you cast your banishment, and it seems to just kind of fizzle right off of him. Woolsworth kind of looks down at his now like 16 timed size chest, kind of dusts it off and goes, a sting. It has been quite some time. I dare say, why would you look your freedom, this gift horse, right in the mouth, good sirs? He snaps his finger and the portal disappears. I'll never understand you. You creatures. The thrill of a mystery is too enticing. More enticing than freedom itself. Very well then, it's answers you want, it's answers you shall receive, but not here. Not in this cesspool of vile bigotry.
So you're stuck here too.
Stuck? I'm not stuck here with you. A lot of you are stuck here with me. You'll soon realize the folly of your ways yourselves.
Woolsworth descends into the ground and then out of sight. The portal above disappears, yet the eerie, ominous light remains, almost as if there's a full moon lighting the town, but there's no full moon in sight. The town has a stark lifelessness about it. What was once bustling with green grass and lively, if not rambunctious people, it's just silent. Shadows. None of the entrances or exits seem to lead anywhere in particular. You see that what was once Sir Funkalot's tower is now lit with a much starker contrast lighting. The rest of the buildings remain mostly intact, but again, no people, no life. What do you guys do?
You guys want to go to the bar?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You arrive at the Cozy Nut. It's much less of a hassle to get in as it was before. Inside the bar, you don't see any youthful crowds, no young gnomes with Southern Georgia accents. There are pictures of a young family strewn about the bar, pictures that weren't there before. You see one lone figure at the bar. He looks very similar. He looks very similar to the Woolsworth you just met. Facial features are all there. Seems a little more toned, a little more rugged, a little more well-traveled, a little less well-shaven. But he sits at the bar alone, drinking a glass of... You're not sure. Whew, excuse me. What do?
I'll buy him a drink.
Gotta find a bottle of bourbon for myself. Truly.
Yeah.
Also, Gunkbog is still in big.
I was about to say we had to tie him up outside of the hitching post, so we'll just.
Yeah, so Gunkbog is watching the bar dutifully.
I found the quarter slot.
Yeah, you leave a coin in the jar, knowing full well that no one will probably live to reap the benefits of said coin. At this point, it's a formality for Yardley. You recognize a man down on his luck from a mile away. Perhaps you know that feeling a little too well. Perhaps the both of you do. The man doesn't give you any sort of visible recognition, but he casts you a glance, nods his head, and continues to drink.
So it's just him in the bar?
As far as you can see, cursory glance at the place doesn't reveal any other signs of life.
Why, hello, Woolsworth. Is that you, friend?
I dare say I've never met you once in my life, good sir, but I'd recognize a friend when I see one. Any man who's willing to buy a complete stranger a drink is a friend in my book, I would say.
Seems you've got a lot of trouble on your mind. Would you like to spill a little bit for impartial ears?
In trouble? Oh, good sir. I have not known trouble for quite some time.
Mock, can you roll an Arcana check and add, if you have insight, you can add that to your check as well.
He's a base. She's a base. Fuck.
Who would have thought? She's a base.
11.
The stoic silence. This is for 2 ones put together.
Yeah, so
Three.
you can't quite you can't quite put your finger on it. But being in this man's presence gives you the same feeling as talking to your patron.
Where are you from?
Where am I from? I suppose. It's been quite some time since I've thought about it. I ask myself the same question every day, good sir. Where am I from? When? How? It's all a bit of a blur, if I do say so myself.
And what are you?
What am I? Sir, I'm very tired is what I am. Time has passed me by. Passed us all by.
And how quick does time pass here?
Pass? Sir, time has long since passed this doomed place. I couldn't tell you, how long we've been here, much less how long ago here has ceased to be. I realize I speak in nothings, but you must realize when you are surrounded by nothing, that is all one can muster.
So we need to get you out of here.
Get
No.
me out of here. Who do you think put me in here in the first place?
He takes another swig, drops his glass, and goes,
Thank you for the drink, sir, but it feared may be the last pleasure this old fool enjoys.
he pulls out a picture of a young girl, kind of puts it on the table and slides it over towards you, and goes,
My daughter. If you see her, tell her that her father is a fool.
he slowly begins to turn translucent. You fear that his tie to this world isn't lasting much longer.
Yeah, I think we should get out of here.
I agree.
Okay.
With haste.
Get the big guy.
All right. I'm going to go outside and cast Reduce on
I'm sorry, what? You're going to cast what?
Less Embiggen.
Before you do that,
Unbiggin.
Mark's going to ask Skunkbog if he can put a portal into their world.
If Gunkbog can do what?
Punch a portal back to their world.
Can Gunkbog punch a portal back to home?
Yes.
Okay. What do you want him to do?
No, it's a stupid fucking question. He can't punch a hole back to his world. You think you're kind of fucking... No, you can't do that.
Okay.
Can I try it?
Can
Yes. Yardley does it, though. Yardley can totally do it.
Okay. Can Gunkbog just be sitting on his butt outside?
Yes.
Okay.
As you are sitting, you notice a stranger takes a seat next to you. He matches your size. Not quite your girth, as it were, but he is able to match you shoulder to shoulder. Seems a little cheerier than the last fellow. He looked a little portlier. But the facial structures, the skin complexion, the hair, this looks like a jollier, fatter Woolsworth. He sits next to you and goes,
Jolly good show there, friend. Mind you if I share the same air with you for a bit?
Don't want to smell Gunkbog, probably, but that's okay.
Yes, as you can see, I'm rather behind on my hygiene myself, good sir. If they can't handle us at our worst, what makes you think they're worth us at our best, might I add?
he claps you on the back with the hearty hand clap.
He hits my dick.
Your whole body is a dick.
No, his whole body
You're
is
a
balls.
dick.
Gunkbog laughs and says, "Hey, thank you. What your name?"
Oh, sir, it's been quite some time since someone asked me my name. I fear I'd almost forgotten it, but it is one of the few precious memories I hold dear. I am called Woolsworth, good sir, and what might I call you?
My name Gunkbog.
Gunkbog. Gunkbog! I dare say I've met a Gunkbog once in my day.
Oh, me never met another Gunkbog.
Dare I say the resemblance is striking, remarkable even. Are you sure you're not related?
Oh no, I don't even know my own bubber's last name.
The Gunkbog I've met he had kin too. But you seem to speak of your brother as though he is still with us. The Gunkbog I knew was a tragic figure, a tragic fellow, didn't speak much. Lost his brother in some conflict. Terrible circumstances. I bought the chap a drink, nursed his wounds, but never saw the lad again. But you seem fit as a fiddle, healthy as a horse. What brings you to this stark end of the world?
Yachty, oh no.
Yes, I fear I don't know either, good sir. But who needs purpose when we have life?
He pulls out 2 flasks and hands you one and goes,
Drink, my friend, to your kin, to your brother, who is, thankfully on your end, still alive and well.
So
I'm gonna down the whole flask.
I was about to say, so canonically that flask is a storage container, yes? If they're that big?
possibly.
Jesus Christ.
So he it's full of people. He drinks his down as well. You see kind of tears welling up in his eyes as he takes his last drink. But he kind of wipes them away. He looks and he goes,
Perhaps you might think this a bit forward of me, good sir, but might you do me a favor?
You're not forward, you left me.
He laughs heartily, and at this point, the tears begin to stream down his face. You're not sure whether your joke has really moved him to tears that much, or if this is just pent-up emotion just pouring out of him. But you have made this chap's day.
Mommy told me when Gunkbog cry, that when I get beat.
Oh, Gunkbog.
That's why Gunkbog live in a cave.
I dare say I have no such... I have no such ill intentions for you, Sir Gunkbog. I merely have a favor.
He reaches into his jacket, and you can see his hands kind of shaking as he hands it to you, and it's a picture of a little girl. He says,
My daughter, good sir. If you see her, Please tell her that I'm sorry. Her father is a fool.
Gunkwalk's got a notepad. Tell her I said ow. Gotcha.
As you look up to confirm your new friend's request, you do not see him there any longer.
Gunkbog's like, he's just whatever. He's like, okay. I'm going to pat the dirt where he was sitting. Bye-bye.
Let's go to the castle.
Yeah.
Can you unbiggen Gunkbog?
No.
He's
Yeah,
gonna
No.
try and fit into the castle at 80 foot tall.
Okay, so I'm imagining that Gunkbog's got Yardley and Mock on one on each shoulder. My God, it's literally like a demon and an angel. Mock's just like the angry demon, and Yardley's the good advice guy on the right shoulder.
It's like Shrek 2 when they're storming the castle. It's like Gingy's got Shrek on his shoulder. Yeah. So you approach the castle. It seems a little bigger than it was when you first got here. The doors have the castle has enlarged enough to where Gunkbog, if you just squeeze through at the right angle, you could probably fit through with Yardley and Mock on your shoulders.
Okay.
As you enter the castle, there are no lights. As you press on, you notice gravity is sort of shifting you around. It's almost to the point where you feel as though you are walking on the ceiling. You begin to fall as your gravity orients. Your feet don't change, but gravity changes around you. You begin to fall slowly until you hit the ground gently, and you find yourselves in a dimly lit kind of courtroom, little foyer. It's a spherical room. Gunkbog, you have found yourself to your original size. You guys are all at your original size. Gunkbog appears to have shrunk back down.
Does that include my penis?
No, oddly enough, it's
That's been permanently embiggened.
You are proportioned as you were previously. You arrive in a dimly lit foyer. To each of your cardinal directions, to each of your diagonals, there lies a chamber leading to rooms that you've never visited before. There is a candle that lights the entire chamber that stands just before a staircase that leads upwards. So you have doorway on the northeast, southeast, southwest, northwest, upstairs, rooms lit by a single candle.
Gunkbog's just going to start walking upstairs.
okay. Yeah, I guess we're doing that. Yeah, but Yard's gonna stop like, Gunkbog, hold up 1 second. Just 1 minute. He's gonna take off his necktie and then kind of hang it to see if he can detect any place where there's more magical energy coming from.
Okay.
Is that possible for an Arcana check?
Yes, absolutely.
As he was taking off the necktie, he accidentally started pulling, and then like an animal that got caught in a snare, he choked and killed himself.
Did you crit fail?
And
I crit failed.
So normally you would be able to get a much better idea of like narrowing in on the stuff. With a crit fail, even with the less than stellar Arcana check, you can sense varying degrees of magic coming from behind each of the 4 doors, with a faint sense coming from the candle that lights the room.
God damn it. Yard's gonna take the candle
Okay.
and he's gonna hold it.
The candle burns brightly. It's only one candle, but it seems to light the entire room. As you lift the candle up, you notice the floor beneath you start to give way. What do you do?
Oh, it's like crumbling?
You're not sure. It's nestled on top of a little rug.
I'm going to put the candle back in its place.
Okay. As you put the candle back down, the floor settles.
Okay. Gentlemen, this is a strange place. I don't think I've ever been experienced in a place like this.
Well, if you're going to do something, make up your mind. Buck grabs a candle, crushes it, and throws it in the corner of the room.
Okay. So, the candle makes its way over towards the other side of the room, bursts into a much bigger flame than you expected. Curiously, the flames don't spread across the room. They kind of stay contained in the corner and light the room with a much brighter hue. Yardley, the floor underneath you begins to give more and more, but it's not crumbling. In fact, you don't fall through necessarily. You simply sink about a foot as the carpet gives way, as the carpet begins to
Match the drape.
descend into a spiral staircase leading downwards.
I think we need to go down.
But what about the other rooms?
What about him?
I don't
If we're
know.
not going to do something, we might as well commit to it right now, right?
Yes, let's go down.
Let's go down, boys.
You go down first.
All right. Yarley's just going to swan dive.
Down spiral stairs.
Just textbook swan dive.
Yeah, fuck. That's what he'll just start descending.
Yeah. You are able to do that just fine. You don't encounter any traps. You're not sensing anything. As you go down, you see a very dark, dingy, but well-kept and cozy enough bedroom. An old, hunched-over man sits in a rocking chair, cradling what appears to be a young child.
You're a hard man to find, Woolsworth.
The old man looks up. You can't. You're not. As he's hunched over, you hear some vertebrae kind of creaking as he seeks to match your gaze. He gives you a grin. He's got a few less teeth than he probably did back in his glory days. He goes, "Hello. Do I know you, good lads?"
I'm Gunk Bob.
He's gonna take the picture out of his pocket and hand it to him. He's like, "Yes, you do."
Oh. He takes the picture gingerly from you, fawns over it, clutches it as though this is something he hasn't seen in years. He goes, "Ah, littlest Iris. How I've longed to see her. Wherefore did you come across this lad?"
You gave it to us. In fact, you gave each one of us a picture of Iris.
That sounds like something I would do. No, maybe I wouldn't have done that. Oh, it's hard to tell nowadays, but I do miss her dearly. Shall I tell you a story, lads?
Gunk Bug like story time.
I shan't take much of your time. Hard-earned as it is, what little it means here. There was once a poor man. Wealthy in privilege, lavish in lifestyle, but poor in pocketbook. But he had the most wonderful children. 2 of them, in fact. Jazil the rambunctious, and Iris the prudent. Their father, privileged
character.
as he was, but lacking in wisdom, became involved with some dark happenings. He lost his children in pursuit of knowledge, power, dominion over time itself. He lost far more than he gained. Realized this too late, he did.
He laughs, then coughs, regains his composure.
Perhaps you figured this out, who this poor soul is by now, lad. You are staring at him, at all of us. We are everywhere, Every when?
He pets the child on his lap, as though it's an animal, as though it's something he is responsible for.
Woolsworth takes out his ocarina and plays the Song of Healing.
He looks and goes,
Why have you come here, of all places?
We found ourselves here. We don't know when, but we were with our captain. And well, as you can see, we're new. We're still trying to figure it out, but we've been on a chase trying to find each of you. We've met you at different points in your life, it seems.
Oh, you've got the gist of it, I imagine. Very well. I don't have much for this world, so I'll give you what wisdom I can.
he takes an agonizingly long amount of time to stand up. The child gingerly hops off his lap and makes his way up the stairs past you guys.
Yarlow's gonna shoot the child. I'm kidding.
Gunkbog's gonna follow the kid though.
All right, we'll get to that. He looks at you guys and goes,
Behind these doors are memoirs of his, hard to say. Relics of a bygone era, one that we desperately wish to return to, but we lost long ago. 2 in every room there are. Only 1 you may take. Each one helpful in their own right, though some not necessarily as apparent as the others.
you can tell his faculties are starting to get lost a little bit. He's having trouble forming his thoughts or articulating his thoughts as well as he could be.
What are the artifacts?
He goes into a bit of a coughing fit and goes,
Would I the time to regale you with those tales, lad?
he takes a seat on his rocking chair.
Take what you will, or don't. It matters not to me.
Can I take the rocking chair?
As he's about to say something. Pranked ya, fucker.
As you touch the rocking chair, the Woolsworth before you there's no resistance from him. As you pull, you see the body start to lurch forward a little bit.
Is it a magical rocking chair?
Doesn't feel like one.
Okay, I'll leave it alone.
What else is there?
Not much that you can see. The bed is very well kept. There is a candle very similar to the one from before. There is also a picture of a little girl standing next to Woolsworth's bed. Comparing the picture from your pocket to the picture on the bed, it is one and the same.
Was that boy child Woolsworth as well?
I don't know. It's a great question.
Gunkbog's about to find out.
Let's go look at the other rooms. Check out these artifacts.
Okay. So, Yardley and Mock, you have made your way upstairs where you are... you've basically, to your right is the stairs leading upwards, and you have 4 other doors surrounding you.
Gonna go in the northeast one.
I'm going to go in the opposite one that Mock's going in.
Okay,
Southwest.
so northeast, southwest.
Gunkbog followed the kid.
What kid?
The one that ran up the stairs.
What kid?
Okay, so Gunkbog followed the kid that ran up the stairs and then the kid disappeared.
There's no kid.
There was literally a kid on Woolsworth's lap that ran up the stairs.
There's no child.
And I said that and you said we'd get to it in a minute.
There's no kid.
Okay. So I guess as soon as I got to the top of the stairs, there was nothing there. So I just sat, kind of, like, scratched my head.
As Gunkbog is wont to do.
I'm just gonna go up the stairs, thinking that maybe the kid went up the stairs.
Okay. Yardley, you approach the northeastern door.
Southwestern.
Sorry, you went northeast.
Yeah, he's going southwest.
You went southwest.
He went
Okay.
cowboy
Yardley
hat.
went south by
So,
southwest.
Yardley, you enter a room and you see suspended before you two objects, sort of suspended in midair. On the right side is a bottle of aged brandy, blackened. You don't recognize the branding at all. On the left, you see a floating stuffed elephant.
I'm going to take the elephant.
You grab the elephant.
You could say it's the elephant in the room.
It's made of it's been worn. You can feel that the left arm is hanging on by just a couple of stitches, a couple of threads. It's been well loved. The brandy bottle that was there sinks into the ground and is no more. Mock, you enter the northeastern hall. Suspended before you are two artifacts that look similar. On the left side, you have a stopwatch that's been aged a little bit. It looks like it's a little worn. On the right side, you have a stopwatch that is caked in rust. They both suspend before you.
Let's go to the northwest room.
Oh, you're just going to leave them there?
Well, we can only take one.
No, one from each room.
Oh, one from each room? Let's take the old rusty one.
Okay. Your hand clasps around the old rusty stopwatch. You get a little bit kind of dusted on your hands. You dust it off. But aside from the rust, you're able to pry the watch open. And you see inside is a clock that is miraculously still ticking. On the opposite side, there is a very worn, faded picture. You can't quite make out the figures on it. The stopwatch to your left disintegrates into the ground.
Okay, let's swap rooms.
Gunkbog, you have scaled the stairs. It is a spiral staircase that goes up for quite a while. Can you make a Constitution saving throw?
Easy game, bro. +6 to that.
6.
13?
Yeah. Healthy guy. These stairs don't really... you're definitely a little winded as you reach the top. It's definitely a workout for you, but you're still able to... You've got full control of your faculties. As you reach the top, you see our Woolsworth, the first Woolsworth you met. He's sitting on the throne of who you once thought was Sir Funkalot. Maybe Sir Funkalot never did exist. He's sipping on his brandy, quaffing it a little faster than you used to from the gingerly butler. He sees you coming, staggering a little bit. He's lost a little bit of that poise and goes,
Hey, you're here early, good sir.
Gunkbog never arrives early or late, precisely when he means to.
What do you want from me?
A hug. I'm gonna go hug him.
as you hug him, you feel a brief pause, a brief silence, and then a sharp pain in your abdomen. It's going to be 12 piercing damage.
How many? That's not very nice.
You haven't seen the least of it.
Yardley, you have an elephant.
I'm going to try to mend the elephant.
You just casting mend?
No.
Oh, okay.
He's got twine.
I realize it's going to be futile, so I'm going to leave. Leave the room, and then I'm going to go into the room right next to it.
Okay. On the southeastern side, you see two objects floating before you. You see a pristine, immaculate-looking silver tray. You also see a kendama, basically a little ball and a cup toy.
I'm going to play with the kendama for a minute.
Cool. Make a sleight of hand check. Let's see how good you are at the kendama.
9.
9? Yeah, these little bastards are tough, right? So try as you might. The ball's not really getting into the cup. You kind of like get it close. It kind of like trickles the edge a little bit, but it's a tough sell. The tray sinks into the ground.
We'll try the northwest room.
This door is locked.
I'm going to unlock it.
With your fists?
Yes. Or sword, because I have that too.
Well, too bad you're not Daffrin, because you could have just bashed the door in with a mace.
With my attitude.
Can you make a contested strength check, please?
Is it better than a 16?
Just barely, yeah.
Hold on.
He hasn't added his math yet.
I have math.
I'm going to use gun.
Woo! 18.
It is a tie. Roll again.
Is it better than a 4?
It is a tie. Roll again.
Is it better than a 6?
You know what? The figure behind the door gives up. And so, like, unstoppable force meets immovable object. Same thing. Third time, it looks like the figure has just stepped aside and allowed you just to run in unobstructed. There are 3 figures waiting in this room. Curiously enough, each one of them looks at you. One of them kind of pulls at his little tweedly mustache a little bit and goes, "I dare say, how fare you there, good sir? That was a rather right tumble you took there, wasn't it?"
And what do they all look like? Are they the exact same?
No. These are actually quite different from before. The figure that is addressing you right now, pulling on his tweedly stash, is a human, who looks actually nothing like Woolsworth. He has a nice little tweedly stash, kind of a longer nose, dressed in some pretty dapper-looking armor.
So, what are you guys doing in here?
Well, that's hardly a proper way to introduce yourself, wouldn't you say, Traps?
He looks back to his companions. One is a rather stout, gruff dwarf. The other one is looks to be sort of scaly. He's wearing some sort of robes.
Okay. Nice to meet you. What are you guys doing in here?
This one doesn't do any manners there, lads. As long as we're all trapped together here, we may as well go to formalities.
He holds his hand out and goes,
"They call me Tenley. Sir Tenley."
and that is where we will stop for the night.
Are you recording right now? Okay, cool. Simmons. Hey, roll me over. Simmons. Hey, guess what? I'm a pickle. I'm Pickle Krog. It's the Salty Boys. And I will always love you. And truly, it's not bourbon. And etching.